Today we're going to make some little makeup bags. I'm just going to show you real quick how I did this. So it's a new project in your design space. And then I measured the bags and they were 6 by 8 inches. So I am going to just draw a little square. And then I'm going to change this to draw just so I can see it a little better. So the next thing I'm going to do is add text. So for these makeup bags, the text I used was called, I think it's Litesha. It's Litesha. And I'm going to type in the name. And as you can see down here, it's not exactly like I want it. So I'm going to change a couple of things with this name. First, I'm going to go into my font book. So in my applications folder, I'm going to go to font book, which is right here. And I am going to go down to Letitia script. And then I'm going to find the font I want. So for that first letter with the A, I want there to be the long tail on it. It's going to be on the left side. You just scroll down. They have these with little hearts, but that's not what I want. I want just the A with the little tail, which is right here. So if I click on that and then copy that and come back over here to my design space, go over to the A, delete it, and then paste this in. Then if you look down here, you've got that nice tail on your A. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the S right here. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go back into my font book. And I'm going to find the S with the tail on the other side. So see, they've got them listed like this and then the S on the other side. So I find that S, copy it, go back into design space, and then paste it right there. And so that's the name. I'm going to bring it up so that it's a little more square or centered inside the square. But it still doesn't look like I want it to do. So I'm actually going to hide the square for just a second. And I'm going to make this really big. And then I'm going to go up here where it says letter space. And I'm just going to bring those letters closer together until they start to touch. About right there. And then I still want to adjust a few things. So I'm going to go to ungroup. I'm going to move this R over just a little bit so that the lines match up. And the same thing with the Y and the S. And move that apostrophe over. And then that looks pretty good. So I'm going to take those all back together and group them back together. Then I'm going to change this cut line to a draw. I'm going to weld everything. And then that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and set my marker to the one that I'll be using so that when it's time to change it out, I'll know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So I am going to use the 1mm marker with black infusible ink for this part. So I'm going to go ahead and set that. I'm going to unhide my square and then I'm going to resize this so that it fits on the bag. Just like that. And then for the next text, I used a text called Algebra. There it is, Algebra. And I just wrote the word makeup. So I'm going to bring that up to where I want it. It's about the right size, but you can adjust it obviously as you need to. The line type is already at draw. I'm going to change this. For this one, I'm going to use, again, a marker. And it's going to be the neon orange infusible ink. So that's about how I want it to look. Pretty easy so far. So I take this, I'm going to go ahead and hide the square again. And then I'm going to attach these two things together so that when I put them in the Maker Box, it'll stay together. So just right click and attach, and then you're ready to go. Make sure when you get to this screen that you mirror your project before you continue, and then continue. And here I put, I'm going to change my settings here. This is going to be, I'm just going to type in copy paper here. There's regular old printer paper is what I've used. And then it'll tell you right here how to do it. So load black infusible ink into clamp A. So this is really easy. I'm just going to open that up. I'm going to put that pen right, or that marker right in there, and you can see it says Cricut infusible ink on there, right in slot A. And then I'm going to take a light grit mat. It's important to use light grit because this paper is thin and you're going to have to take it off afterwards. So you're going to make sure you use a light grit mat, and you put that paper on there. Okay. And then we just load it into the machine. And we're going to watch it go. Which is my favorite part, is to watch it draw. So it's going to draw the outline. Then with this part right here, it's going to tell me on my computer screen, I'm going to go back to here for just a second, and it should say, if I go back into my design space, tool change required. So when that pops up, I'm going to take this one out and put my orange one in, click it down, and then hit the C button again. And that's it. Load that, take that out, put my lid back on, and we have our design here on the paper. So what I did with this one was I went ahead with that same ink marker, and I just colored in those spaces. You can, that's up to you, just depending on the look you want. But I went ahead and colored all those in for this project. So just go through, do that, and then we'll be back. Okay, so once I have cut out the design that we did, so you see I colored it in with the little marker there, cut the design out. I want to go ahead and heat my bag up just a little bit. I'm not going to leave it on for the full 40 seconds. I'm just going to do it for just a few minutes just to get the bag nice and flat. That should be good. So you do want to set it at 385 for 40 seconds, your easy press. And then you take this heat transfer tape. Oh, first, I am going to put a little thing of butcher paper inside there. Butcher paper, and put it inside so we don't get any bleed through. And this bag is a little bit smaller than the last one, but that's okay. You get the idea. So I'm going to put that right there, right where it's centered, right where I want it. And then I'm going to tape it on. And then I'm going to put a piece of cardstock underneath that. And picture paper over the top. And then I'm going to set that on there. 385 for 40 seconds. Okay, when that's done, I'm going to set that there. Take that off. Take that off. And you have the design right on there. So you can take your butcher paper out. And you've got your cute little makeup bag.